Hi, I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig, and Callie and I are currently out here in the Utah desert. We're mainly riding mountain bikes, climbing, hiking, and riding dirt bikes. And with all of those activities, it seems like we're always getting hurt. Callie usually more so than myself. Thankfully, Adventure Medical Kits has us covered. So we're gonna talk about this particular kit here, which is the Mountain Series Explorer. The group size they gear this towards is 4 people for about 7 days. We've also added a few items to our kit, which I'll also touch on. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the contents that are included in the Explorer kit. However, if you look below in the description, we've listed all of them. Also on adventuremedicalkits.com, you can find everything there. But what I'll touch on are the basics, as well as how well laid out they have this. If you've ever been in an emergency situation, you know that time is everything. And I think that Adventure Medical Kits also knows that. The reason being is that if you look on the back of the kit, they actually have a diagram of this kit all opened up. And in each separate pouch, they have the kit contents. So it's easy to find with a main heading of what you're looking for. So with this one, it's wound care, blisters. With this one, cuts and scrapes. So again, you can easily find what you're looking for quickly. Now, if you open the kit up, it's very well laid out, and again, extremely well labeled. So up here at the top, you have labeling for this pouch, as well as all of the pouches down below. And that's something that I really like. Now, anyone can put together their own kit. However, to have it this organized, I think is key. Because again, in an emergency situation, you're gonna need to get to these items quickly and know where each one is. Now, you may be wondering, I'm not a doctor. I won't know how to use all that stuff. However, if you look at the back on the diagram, they have an instruction pocket, which is also the instrument pocket. If you open that up, you can find a nice manual that they've included. So with this manual, you can find the most common injuries that you may come across with members of your group or yourself. You can easily look them up. They're gonna give you recommendations on how to treat those injuries. So again, if you're not a doctor, don't worry. They're gonna help you out with this book right here, which again is included in the medical kit. Now, as I said earlier, this is really a kit for 4 people up to 7 days. Now that depends on how gnarly I think your group is getting and how accident prone they are. Because if you have 4 people in your group that all get injured on the first day 3 times each, you may not last 7 days with this kit. However, I think they've done a really nice job of including a lot of different items. Something else I like about this particular Explorer kit is that it is a little bit smaller. So fully zipped up, it's not very heavy and it's not very large, which is always nice because you want to stay light out there if you're hiking, riding a bike, anything like that. And Adventure Medical Kits, I think, has done a really nice job of keeping this kit small and light. Also, the packaging is great. It's gonna hold up to a lot of wear. On the very bottom, it's a little bit heavier of a material, almost like a PVC. So no matter where you're setting it, it's gonna last. As well as the exterior, you have nice handles to carry it around. Again, this one's made by Adventure Medical Kits, and I definitely think that this is an important item to be throwing in your backpack no matter where you go. I think that medical kits are something that a lot of people don't necessarily think about until they need them. And that was kind of the case with Callie and I. This last winter, we were skiing and her hand hit a tree and ended up breaking it. And we ended up not having anything with us. So now it's something that we always carry. Also, this particular kit doesn't have a splint with it, and we really could have used a splint for that injury. However, what's nice is that you can add on a lot of different items to these kits. Adventure Medical Kits also sells a bag on their website, which you can then go through their website and pick and choose the items that you'd want to put into the bag. So it gives you that nice organization, as well as being able to make your own medical kit. Now, with ours, we've added a few other items to it. One item is the trauma pack. This is great for a few different activities we do, but especially with the motorcycles. It seems like with that in particular, we can come across a lot of blood. And with the trauma pack, it's basically gonna stop bleeding quickly and efficiently. You can also see that it is, again, small and it's extremely light. So it's easy enough to have someone carry this and then someone carry these other items. Also, we picked up a box of Band-Aids from them. It seems like we're always going through Band-Aids no matter what, and we don't want to take the Band-Aids out of this kit because then when we need them, we're not going to have them. Great thing I like about these are the fabric Band-Aid, and I feel like I can go to the grocery store and sit there and look at 20 different kinds of Band-Aids, and then I get the crappy kind. So going through Adventure Medical kits, I knew that I was going to get a really great Band-Aid, and these are stretchy, they're fabric, they last for days on end, and they don't come off. They're also quick to put on because of how the backing is attached to them, which is great. Again, speed is key. They've got it covered with these. Now, Callie and I are going to be heading up to Minnesota on a canoe trip shortly, and these two items we definitely wanted to take with us. This is just an insect and tick repellent, which we're definitely gonna run into in northern Minnesota, and it's 30% DEET. I've always found that DEET works extremely well. I've tried some other products that don't contain it, and in my opinion, they don't work quite as well as the DEET. This item is one that Callie's particularly excited about because she gets bitten a lot in the summertime. And this is actually called Afterbite. So this is after you've been bitten. And what it is, it's basically a temporary relief for bites. However, it also works on other skin irritations such as burns, scrapes, that kind of stuff. So it's not only for bugs, which is great. And the Explorer kit actually has Afterbite wipes that are included in it. However, where we're going, we don't know if the wipes are going to be enough, so we're bringing an entire tube, as well as the fact that it works on a lot of other things besides the bites. And this is another item that I'm really excited about. This is actually made by Survive Outdoors Longer, which you may have seen as SOL. And this is gonna be an emergency blanket. However, it's a lot more than that. And you can kind of see that it is a larger emergency blanket. If this one's too large for you, definitely go to their website and check them out because they have ones that are a lot smaller, more like the size of a soda can. But what I like about this one is that it's really useful. You can obviously use it for an emergency blanket. It does have one side that is going to be reflective for heat, and then one side that is bright orange for visibility. This one measures 5 feet by 7 feet. And the reason that I really like it is that it, one, has these eyelets right here. So you could stake this down into the ground if you need to make a shelter, as well as this entire edge is going to be sewn, so it's going to be really durable. Speaking of durability, they say that you can also use this as a tarp to carry things. So they actually have a photo on their box of this loaded up with wood, and then one person's on one end and then the other person is on the other end, and they're carrying a stack of wood in the center. Also, if you were to keep this in your vehicle, being how sturdy it is, if you had a breakdown and you needed to change a tire on the side of the road or something along those lines, you could easily lay this in the gravel and use this as a tarp to lay on. For backcountry skiing adventures, in an emergency situation, I think you could easily put someone on this and almost use it as a sled. They're definitely gonna slide over the snow a little bit easier. And then with the eyelets, you could hook a cord to those and be able to pull them out. Again, this is made by Survive Outdoors Longer, and the one downside that I see to it is that it is a little bit bigger and it's a little bit heavier. However, even though it is a little bit heavier, that's what I was looking for just because it has so many uses. Like I said, if you want a smaller one, lighter, they do make them more of just the emergency blanket side. Again, we have quite an assortment here of different products. The Adventure Medical kits, the Trauma Pack Pro, also made by Adventure Medical kits, as well as the Survive Outdoors Longer blanket. All of this stuff you can get on Adventure Medical Kit's website. This one, you're gonna wanna go to Survive Outdoors Longer. They have an entire assortment of different products as well, so be sure to look into those. If you guys have any questions or comments about this in particular, or maybe what items we really like to have in different medical kits depending on what we're doing, leave us a comment below and we'll get back to you. If you're wondering where we are, what we're doing, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Adventure Rig. Thank you again for watching. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig.